Good morning everyone, and welcome again to our second lesson of written expression for first year LMD level, at BISKRA University. Today we continue always, with our English sentence, and we'll try to explore the second major part of this, English simple sentence. Last time, we knew that, any sentence has two major, and fundamental parts. The subject, which represents, the element that does the action, or that is described by the verb, in the sentence. And also we have the predicate, the second part, which has as main element in it the verb. So, if we look at the term predicate, we find that, this predicate is or means to tell. To predicate means to tell. Clear? To tell something. Now here, this part, or this major part of the sentence comes to inform us and to tell us about the subject. About the subject. That's why it's called predicate. Now, the predicate also, like its counterpart, the subject has three major types. We tend to explore today, in our lesson, which is entitled Types of Predicate. Types of Predicate. Let's start.
It rained. So here is my first example, which represents a simple sentence. And like any other simple sentence, this one also consists of the two major parts, which are the subject and the predicate. Subject and the predicate. In this example, I have it, the single pronoun allow, which represents my simple subject. Simple subject. Now, let's now look at the second major part, which is the predicate here. The predicate. Now we said that in this predicate we find always the central element in it is the verb. So always the verb in any predicate is the central element. Now if I look at this predicate, usually we say the predicate starts from the verb, till the end of a sentence. It means the verb plus the other modifiers or the other elements which relate to it, relate to this verb. Now, here I have only the verb rained. It's one single verb. One single verb. So in this case, when I have only one single verb in my predicate, this type, or the first type of predicates is called here simple predicate. Simple predicate, it means it equals the verb allow. So in English the verb itself is called simple predicate. Clear? We write here the first type. Simple predicate equals verb allow or single verb allow. Only verb allow. Good. Now, be careful. This verb, when it's allowed in the second major part of the predicate, we call it, as we said, simple predicate. Now, regardless of its voice and regardless also of its tense. Example, if we have it has rained in the present perfect. Has rained also represents one single verb. And it is simple predicate. If you write it has been raining, has been raining also is what? The verb to rain, one verb, in the present perfect continuous. And all, these elements present one verb, so it is also simple predicate. It is raining, clear. Here also, is raining is only one single verb in the present continuous. So it is always simple predicate. So, whether our verb in the predicate is in simple tense or in a compound tense, continuous or perfect continuous, it's always simple predicate as long as it is only one verb. Only one verb. Also, if this verb is active like this, and it's alone, it's simple predicate. Or even if it is passive. For example, we write the door was closed. Was closed. Now here I have no sentence and I want to divide it into two major parts. I will look for my verb, to put the dividing slash between, before it, to mark the separation between the subject and the predicate. What is the verb? The verb is was closed. Here is my verb, so I put my slash here to divide my predicate from my subject. For my subject, here the door, it's complete subject. So, in which sense is this verb? It is in the past simple passive. Here it's a passive verb. Passive verb. Now this passive verb, all of it represents my predicate. But as it is only one single verb, to close, clear, to close, and the passive voice, it remains always simple predicate. Simple predicate. Why? It's always one single verb. One single verb. Whether active or passive. Clear? Whether its tense is simple or its tense is compound. As long as it's one verb, it is called simple predicate. Alright, predicate. So simply, this is the first type of the predicate. When we have only a verb, alright, itself allow without any other element next to it, we call this one as a simple predicate. Now let's take an example, alright. And extend our second part, our predicate, and we write is number one, number two, when we write example, it rained heavily last night. So here, also I have another English simple sentence. I would like now to divide it into the two major parts. Always, I will look for the verb. What is it? The verb is here, rained. So I put my slash before it. Usually, it's here to divide my subject, which is simple here, from my second major part, which is the predicate. The predicate. Now, if I compare between the first example and second example, in first example I have the predicate, represented only in one single verb. Here what do I have? I have one single verb, it means simple predicate, one single verb, clear? So, you write here, simple predicate equals the verb itself. So, any verb in English is called also simple predicate. I have here this simple predicate, single verb, plus two other elements which come to modify it. Heavily is adverb. Last night is a noun, a phrase which acts as an adverb of time also. Clear? So here I have my verb or my simple predicate plus modifiers. Alright, modifiers. So in this case, when I have a simple predicate, or we can say also a verb, plus other elements which come to modify it, whether adverbs, clear, even adjectives, alright, phrases, clear, don't know, objects, clear, direct object, indirect object, alright, complements. So we're going to have this simple predicate or this verb plus other elements which are related to it, like objects and complements, or which come to modify it, like adverbs and some phrases. In this case, we call this type complete predicate. Complete predicate. So, the complete predicate equals the verb or simple predicate plus modifiers or plus objects, direct indirect objects, or plus complements, or plus everything together. What matters is that all of them should be related to this verb, not to this one. Clear? We write here, second type is complete predicate. This one equals, so it equals what? A verb, or what we call here simple predicate, clear, plus modifiers or plus objects or plus complements. Clear? Complements. Alright. So whenever we have any of these elements together, or even many of them, mixture of them, plus a verb and the predicate, this predicate is called complete predicate. Complete predicate. But usually we said that we find, predicate starts from the verb on till the end of the sentence. But in case, for example, we have it usually rained, or it always rains. So here always adverb of frequency, which comes before the verb, but it modifies the verb. That's why usually rains, or always rains, all these belong to my predicate, which is complete, even if the adverb comes before this verb. It belongs to the predicate. I will leave as a remark for you. Good. We continue always with varying the structure, and the components of our predicate to learn more about its types. So right now, on example number 3, it rained and snowed heavily. It rained and snowed heavily. Here I have also another English simple sentence, and I would like to divide it into its two always major parts: the subject and the predicate. What is the verb? Here I have first verb I have here is rained. Clear? So I put my slash usually here before it to divide it from the simple subject pronoun it. But look here, I have rained, a single verb. Allow, we call it simple predicate. Here I have rained heavily last night, a single verb or simple predicate plus other elements which modify it, and all of them we call them complete predicate. But in this example, I don't have only one verb. I have here rain as my first verb and snow as my second verb. In this predicate, I have two verbs joined by the conjunction and sometimes we find even or, clear, rain or snowed heavily. Now in this case, when I have in my predicate two or even more verbs, like when I say it rained, comma, snowed and thundered, for instance, three verbs here, heavily. When I have two or more verbs joined by one of these conjunctions, usually and or, okay, the whole predicate, okay, is called compound predicate. Compound predicate consists of two verbs or more, or we say consists of two simple predicates or more joined by, okay, usually and or, clear, and or, clear. And this one is called compound predicate. Where I say it's for number 3. Compound predicate. It consists of a verb or simple predicate joined to another verb or what we call simple predicate by means of usually conjunction or combination, mainly or and. Or and. So here is my, okay, third type of predicates. Predicates. Now let's recapitulate, okay, and summarize, okay, the whole lesson simply saying that in any inner sentence we have two major parts: the subject, right, and the predicate. The predicate consists mainly of the verb as its main part, clear. And this predicate has three types. If we have only one simple verb alone, clear, this simple verb is called simple predicate. In case I have in my predicate, okay, simple or single verb or simple predicate plus other elements which come to modify it or which are related to this verb, we call it complete predicate. In case I have two or more simple verbs, or we say simple predicates, clear, joined by and or, usually, okay, we call this part, okay, compound predicate. Compound predicate. And don't forget about, okay, we consider the verb as, okay, a simple predicate regardless of its voice or tense. Tense or voice. Clear? It's always, as it is always one verb, whether present simple or past simple or continuous or perfect. Clear? It's always a simple predicate. Thank you so much for attention, hoping that you have understood, okay, this simplified lesson, okay, because I try to simplify it the maximum, okay, to make it accessible, okay, within only these few minutes. Thank you and good luck. See you next.